Hi, I'm Jim and this is Jim's Fix-It Shop, and we're going to do something a little bit different today. We're going to try to put a new battery in my wife's car. Now this is a 2017. I bought it in 18 and it's got the original battery in it. And it's been giving us a little problem, but you can't even see the battery. Now, I just don't know. How many years does an engineer have to go to school to become stupid? I'm not really sure, but this is the battery. And they give you this little stud over here. You pull this cap off, it's red. There's an aluminum stud sticking up. It's connected to the battery so you can jump it. Because Lord knows you're never gonna get to anything on this battery. The only thing I can think of is this thing has got to be the computer. I can figure out how to get the cover off it. With all the wires hooked onto this thing, this has got to be the computer for the car. Get me a socket. Why on earth would you bolt that on top of the battery? I'm not really sure. Of course, I don't even know if these are metric or standard bolts, so we're going to have to try different sizes until we find out what we have. This is a number 10 bolt holding this thing down. Oh, it slides to one side. Now if I can get this out of your way. The battery. What do you know? Now we gotta have a deep socket to fit on that. And I don't know if that's a standard or a metric. Well, that's 7/16. Let's try another 10. Yeah, there you go. Seems like most everything on these cars are either standard or a number 10. Now this is supposed to be the battery that belongs in here. And if it's not exactly the right one, it ain't gonna fit. This is another thing these engineers are great for. They got a stud sticking up an inch higher than the top of the nut. Why do you need a stud that long? The nut's only 1/4 of an inch thick. That's all you need. Now if we can figure out how to get this bracket off. This could be interesting. I wonder if there's something under here I gotta take off. I don't know if there's a screw hid under here. Guess we'll see if we can. Oh yeah, there is. What was I saying a minute ago about engineers? I gotta take this whole panel off. And I gotta go in and get a fork tool to pop that off there with. I'll be right back. Okay, let's see if we can get some of these out of here. And these cars, I'll tell you. Now, if you look really close at this, right here you'll see a little hollow spot, I guess you want to call it. That's where you can originally get in a screwdriver or something and pop this centerpiece up. Then that lets this part squeeze down and you can pull it out of the hole. And sometimes they come apart. You just shove it back in. I don't know how many I'm going to have to take out. Apparently a bunch of them. Now what? Oh, they got it fixed so it'll hinge up and get out of your way. Isn't that nice? When I bought the battery, I didn't stop to think about, I wanted to ask them, how much do they charge to do this job? Yeah, just for the heck of it. Well, I wonder if that's another 10. Yep. You got a little cutout in the side of this steel box so you can get your wrench in there, or a socket I mean, and loosen that nut up. Well, that one's different. Oh, I just don't want to let go. Finally. Now typically, I did this backwards. I should have took off the negative terminal first, then the positive. But this battery is so dead, I don't think it would have made too much difference. Hope I got enough slack in the cable. Now this one don't have a handle on it. Isn't that nice? I wonder if this will work. Yeah, I gotta make it a little bigger. This is what I use for picking up my retaining wall blocks. All right, get back in there. Oh, goodness. They don't give you much slack on that cable to get that battery in and out. As you can see, I buy my batteries from USA Battery. A great company. Never had a problem with any of the batteries that I've got from them. Well, I think the engineers messed up on that. They made it actually big enough I could just about get the battery wiggled down in there. Now we'll get this positive cable on here. This one's got a full charge in it. I hope that's down all the way. This is actually going a little easier than I expected, except this don't line up with the little notch. I don't know how the heck that thing works. It's got a wedge on it. That's certainly different. I don't think that's down all the way either. We'll put the clamp back on. I want to loosen this up a little bit. I want to put this in first. Well, it's nice and solid anyway. Now there's two fingers here sticking out that have to slide into a slot underneath here. Must be I got it caught. Now I'll try to get this bolt down in there. This isn't quite as bad as what I was expecting. And this cover slides on here somehow. Now we can put this back down. Now you just push these things in. Probably should have tried to start it before I put it all back together. Let's see how it kicks over. Still having problems with the air conditioner. Well, that wasn't quite as bad as I thought it was going to be. But I still got to fix the air conditioning. The clutch isn't kicking in like it's supposed to. And I don't know if it's... The fuse is okay. There's a fuse box right here. I checked the fuse. But there's also a clutch relay under here, and there's no way I can really test that. I just have to buy a new one. They're like 20 bucks. It's cheaper than taking it into the dealership, paying them $400 to figure out what's wrong with it and then recharge it. So tomorrow I might go down and buy that relay and see what it does. So that's it for this. Next time, work safe, have fun, and I'll talk to you soon. So long.